Hey there Pokemon fans, Lisa the Raichu, finally bringing you the top 10 shiny Pokemon that have appeared in the anime. This list is solely based on my own opinion, and if you have a different opinion, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get on to the list. Coming in at number 10, we have Dragonair from Masterclass Choices. This Pokemon gets the number 10 spot for its performance during the contest-themed performance, to get the Princess Key. Although it performed well, it didn't stand out very much compared to the Espeon that it was partnered with, which is why it only gets the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, we have Austin's Dustox from Crossing Paths. Although this Pokemon didn't seem to play a huge role in the episode, if you think about it, it's what spurred the emotional scene for Jessie to end up actually giving up her Dustox so it could pursue its own love. So even though it didn't seem like it had a massive role, it really sort of brought out that emotion and that context and all that emotional stuff from like Jessie's past, which really made her feel that it was right to give up her Dustox so it could pursue its love. Coming in at number 8, we have Ditto 2, from Dealing with a Fierce Double Ditto Drama. In this episode, I had quite high expectations for a Ditto battle, especially with it being a shiny Ditto. Everybody loves a shiny Ditto. But it only got the number 8 spot because, despite the fact that it did transform into Ash's Infernape with its move pool and did a very clean transformation, it still wasn't strong enough to be able to keep up with Ash's Infernape, which is why it gets the number 8 spot. Coming in at number 7, we have Dark Hawlucha from When Light and Dark Collide. Although it was Ash's Hawlucha that brought out Dark Hawlucha's passion for battle, I enjoyed seeing a shiny Pokemon that isn't part of the main character's lineup get so much screen time and character development, which is really nice to see, in my opinion. And not only that, but I feel like the sort of colour palette that shiny Hawlucha has is actually really nice. And that is why it gets number 7 spot. Coming in at number 6, we have the Purple Shuckle from A Better Pill to Swallow. I decided to put this Pokemon at number 6 because I found it funny that this whole episode is because Ash's stomach isn't as big as he'd like it to be. Like, he ate 5 burgers too many and got a stomach ache, which spurred on this whole episode of needing to get medicine from a Shuckle. So they had to find the Purple Shuckle, which was quite a nice little Pokemon. It was a very nice colour. But I think I enjoyed this episode the most because I just found it how funny it was that Ash made a mistake, ate too much than he could, and ended up getting a tummy ache. Coming in at number 5, we have Metagross and Mega Metagross from Mega Evolution Special 2. This Pokemon comes at number 5 for its powerful battling and its pure aesthetic. Mega Metagross and regular Metagross appear as Steven Stone's Pokemon in its shiny form, and has an epic battle against Alan's Charizard with smashing it into mountains and shooting beams everywhere. It was like a mini episode of Dragon Ball Z in a Pokemon episode. It was really great. And that's why I put this Pokemon at number 5. Coming at number 4, we have Winona's Swellow from Sky High Gym Battle. There are a few reasons why I decided to put this Pokemon at number 4. Firstly, I like the sort of toned down colour palette that its shiny form gets. Another reason would be that Hoenn is essentially my favourite region, and I didn't feel a particular affinity with any of the bird Pokemon that they brought out up until Gen 3. So when I finally caught my first Taillow and trained it up, and I just thought it was the strongest Pokemon in the world, and it swiftly became my favourite bird type. Winona's Swellow is strong and smart, knowing how to fly through tough winds with precision. which I think it's something that's probably quite difficult for birds to do if you've ever seen a seagull trying to fly at speed through a high wind on a beach. It's quite funny actually, they just kind of stay in place. But that's why I put this Pokemon at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Jackson's Magneton from Taiwan On. The simple, effective combos this Magneton could utilize were brilliant. Using Thunder Wave, Double Team, and Tri-Attack, taking out 2 of Ash's Pokemon, it was just astonishing to see. Which is why I feel this Pokemon deserves the 3rd slot on the list. And coming in at number 2, we have Ash's Noctowl from the Johto series. I feel like I had to put Noctowl on this list, not just because it was one of Ash's Pokemon, but because it had so much screen time and character development, which is really nice to see for Pokemon in and of themselves. First appearing in the episode Foul Play, Ash's Noctowl was a key team member throughout his journey in Johto, winning battles and being the ever-reliable lookout. This was an all-rounder Pokemon and it looks really cool. Now, before I get on to number 1, I'd like to say a few honourable mentions, so some of the Pokemon I would have liked to put on this list, but weren't quite classed as shiny Pokemon, or at least not enough to have anything to say about them. The first honourable mention is the Pichu from the 4th Diamond and Pearl ending. You see it running alongside the spiky-eared Pichu, which is quite nice, but obviously because there wasn't really much sort of personality in the way of it just being an ending theme, that's why it gets an honourable mention rather than being put on the actual list. My second lot of honourable mentions kind of goes out to all of the pink Pokemon that have ever appeared in the anime. Like, I absolutely love the idea of pink Pokemon. I enjoyed watching them in the Orange Islands, and even though sadly they're not technically classed as shiny Pokemon, I wish I could have put a few on this list, but I decided to keep them to this section just to keep the list a bit more fair. And I would say that this last mention would be my most favourite of which, just because of all the rumours that had ever swirled around it growing up, is the Crystal Onyx. Like, this Pokemon was such a mystery to me as a kid. Like, I always wondered if you could ever find it in any of the caves in the Johto region games, and I would always try and sort of hunt for it, but eventually when you grow up a bit more, and then I realised it doesn't exist. It was just in the anime, but it was still really cool. Now, on to our number 1 slot, and I've decided to choose Lysander's Gyarados / Mega Gyarados from Coming Apart at the Dreams. Not only was this battle such an epic battle with all of the tense music playing off and the city on fire and all that kind of stuff just coming together, it was the fact that Lysander's Gyarados took out 3 of Ash's Pokemon by itself before being interrupted by Malva. I feel like if there was no interruption from Malva's part, Gyarados would have completely swept their teams. Like, it was such a strong Pokemon, it's such a cool shiny, like, it's sort of like a shout back to Johto with the shiny Gyarados at Lake Rage, and I was just kind of blown away by how cool and strong and powerful this Gyarados was. So that is why it gets the number 1 slot. Thanks guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to apologise now for sounding a little bit groggy. I've just come off of a cold. I'm also trying to re-teach myself, like, recording and all that kind of stuff. It's been quite a long time since I've made any Pokemon videos, but I'm going to try and keep at it. I'm going to try and do the best I can, so I hope you guys who enjoy watching my videos continue to watch them. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!